Welcome, everybody. I am Tom Eschen. Gina is down in Detroit at Ford Field. We'll get to her in just a moment. It's our final football show of the season. About mid-80s. The first pitch today was 88 degrees, so an enjoyable afternoon. The Tigers lost, so it wasn't that great, but I'm going to show you in a couple minutes, because they got checkers out here because it's sunny and nice outside, how the Tigers' starting rotation is a lot like a game of checkers this year. What roles they'll play coming up next. Meanwhile, the annual Will Jim Harbaugh go back to the NFL rumors have gained some steam with it being the end of the NFL season. Coach Harbaugh asked about those rumors today.
It's like warmed up oatmeal.
From your perspective, you were there. How did it feel being there?
It was kind of, thanks, Gina. That's a good question. It was kind of weird walking in today because you knew there was like a dark cloud hanging over this. You kind of look at these people like everybody kind of knows what's been happening all week long and what happened today. As you saw, that Izzo tried to get his players, and it seemed like for the players it was nice to get out here and play basketball. So this is what they revealed on Sunday. The Spartans, a 3 seed, the 11th ranked team overall. So they were second in the AP poll, but apparently their non-conference schedule not impressing the committee enough just yet.
It's been a remarkable 2 days, Corey. It's been a great way to start the tournament here for the Michigan teams. Another amazing win for Michigan today. They came into this tournament needing at least 2 wins to get an at-large NCAA tournament bid. So far, so good.
I've got short sleeves on. He's got a sweatshirt. He's got to make weight, and I don't. That's one of the biggest challenges for Noah on a weekly basis. Let's go. How many more we got? And it feels weird to say, but life is good for the Detroit Tigers, playing a strange version of the game rock, paper, scissors, shoot in the clubhouse today, then posting the results on Instagram. Jose Iglesias lost every time. So before we get too far into that, let's show you why life is good. Is this team a little more hungry than would you say? Is there more of a sense of urgency considering how close you came last year to making it?
You know, I like the feeling that's going on in this clubhouse.
That's it, buddy. Didn't pass it all the way. I'm gonna suck some air. Great job. That's why he's in college football and I'm not. We'll talk about this later. Let's go back to you, Corey.
Not like when you were at Ithaca, is it?
No, we ran a 40 test at Ithaca, so it was a little bit shorter than that. As you can tell, I was seeing spots at the end there.
Yeah, looked like it. And Ziggy Ansah recorded 6 sacks in the final 2 games of the Lions season, and now he's the highest paid defensive end in the league. The Lions placing a franchise tag on the pro entering his 6th season. Now, while Ansah is the best of the Lions' thin defensive line, he suffered various injuries the last 2 years. But as we can follow some of the people in here, you get your first look here as people see the Little Caesars Arena for the first time. The seats were all red the other night, 2 weeks ago, when the Red Wings opened their season. But if you can just take a look here, there's the Pistons court down, and all the seats are blue. So they did that changeover in the last couple of days here. If you can just take a look here now. Well, thanks, Bill. You need $10 for a good football, 20 for a basketball, maybe even a baseball. Yep. So you drop stuff. It gets overwhelming. Football, baseball, basketball, all of this adds up. Thanks for the helmet. It's just the beginning of the cost of competitive sports for families everywhere. So you exude all this passion for this school and for this team. Just tell me a little bit more about where that comes from and why you love this place so much.
For me, this is more than just a job.
Did it hit you at all, seeing them taking their pads off for the last time, seeing them leave the field for the last time? Did that strike a chord with you at all tonight?
No, yeah, I mean, that's always hard. I mean,
a win that wasn't always this pretty. Jim Harbaugh said after the game that their lack of experience was the reason for many of those mistakes, the ball on the ground a lot. He's hoping they'll soon be numb to any outside factors, kind of like him.
Me, I'm 53. I mean, it's gone dead. I'm dead in here. It's like burnt wood.
Good evening, everybody. I'm live here on the pirate ship at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Kind of a metaphor for the way this season and the offseason is going to be for the Michigan Wolverines. The flags are waving. It's a little cold and chilly with the rain falling here. This is a front plank we're doing now, right? Yeah. How long do we have to hold this for?
2 minutes.
What am I doing wrong back there?
Legs together.
Don't like that. Oh, all right. We told you last night his miraculous recovery from cancer. Steve, what's it mean to, your crew's here tonight, man? What's it like?
Hey, man, I didn't even realize they were going to be here, to tell you the truth.
What did it look like to you when you were a kid? What did you see when you saw Burston, Because it probably looks a little different now, right?
I was in the gym most of the time.
As you can see, this sport's not just about the person who throws the rock. It takes a full team to really get it right. So we have Reese, Sam, and JT here as I'm going to do one of my own throws. Ready, guys? All right. As you can see, that's how it's done. But thanks to them for putting it in the right spot. On Fox 66 News at 10, we showed you just how far Reilly's come since his car crash nearly took his life back in July. Now we'll show you how he's done it. The top runner in the state, Reilly Schellenbarger, had big plans for his junior year before the car crash that nearly took his life.
I made it to states that year. Was excited for this year because I was going to do even better, but plans got canceled.
Instead of running, his days consist of hours of therapy at Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital in Grand Rapids. On this day, it starts in the pool.
In the pool, we definitely want to work on his endurance, and he is a runner. So being in the pool takes off a lot of his body weight, so he's able to work on those things in the water. With the poly spot that we did a little balance activity, so I like to disguise his therapy with play, one of the best parts of being a rec therapist.
That play continues upstairs with physical therapy, which he continues to attack with a definite competitiveness. Why?
Getting back into sports and breaking my dad's track record. That's a big motivator.
To hear your kid, after seeing him lay the way he was, and now say, you know what, I'm going to beat your record, Dad. I couldn't be more happy, and I hope he does.
Reilly wants to prove that he hasn't lost a step, returning not only to his competition, but to his AP classes, marching band, everything he did before the accident. In addition to the physical rehab, he's also working on visual tracking and multitasking here. This is called Dynavision. It's a training advice for visual and motor skills. This is something that college programs use for their athletes, and right now he's using it to get stronger as a whole.
So some of this is double for him, so we're trying to work on like this higher level eye-hand coordination.
Like every day seems like just something new just clicks. I'm like, oh yeah.
And thanks to that team at Mary Free Bed, he's come a long way since July.
The first time we got in the pool with me, he did 11 laps. And then the second time he did 17. And then today he did 18. So he's definitely showing a lot of improvement.
Our main job is to help him go from where he was struggling to even stay alive. And now that we know he's alive, now we have to help him get up to be back to the Reilly that he was prior to all this.
He may not remember the accident, but it's given him a challenge he'll learn from the rest of his life, preparing him for the ups and downs.
It's been a big help because it helped prepare me for a lot of emotional pain or just regular straight pain, physical pain.
One thing we've learned about this is that, sometimes you think you're strong. I had to take care of my parents before this for 4 months in the nursing home and hospitals, and I thought I was strong. And you never know how strong you are until the only choice you have is to be strong. And that's the only choice we had, and he went down. And it's been an amazing journey, and he's made a heck of a comeback.
2 months ago, Reilly lay unconscious in a hospital bed. Today, he's making jokes while doing a workout. The only question is, who will he inspire tomorrow? That's why Reilly Schellenbarger is on the path to greatness. Well, a handshake is a common way of greeting someone. In sports, there's a little more to it. That's why for first-year Great Lakes Loons manager Jeremy Rodriguez, it's more than just a way of saying hello.
My hand is freezing right now.
For Jeremy Rodriguez, there's one way to warm it up.
Hey, vamos arriba, let's go.
In the minutes leading up to the first pitch of every game, you can see Rodriguez pacing the Loons dugout, ready to strike.
No, the new one.
Oh.
The first thing a new player has to do is they come in my office, I give them the expectations, and then I'm like, hey, you gotta think of a handshake by tomorrow. And they're like, what?
Maybe we can go like this. We go 3 taps, boom, here, and then here. Or we can just go 3 taps and just here, or double. You want double? All right, let's do double. Yeah!
So it's something new for them, but it's like, being their own person and kind of show them like how they express themselves. And for me, it's special, and I think it's pretty cool.
So yes, he needs to remember a handshake for every single player and coach that enters the dugout. There's an art to it.
So I try to look at, body type, something someone does. So, you know, it always starts with 3 taps. So I can remember that part. For example, AJ Alexi, he wears a gold chain all the time.
Pop it out.
So then I'll always know we have to pop the chain.
Whether it's a salsa that requires rhythm,
One more handshake.
or a blow dart that requires acting, it's a team bonding moment for not just one or two, but for every player before stepping on the field.
I wanted to make sure I did it with everyone, because I've seen in the past managers only do it with, you know, high priority guys, or, you know, guys, the bonus babies. And for me, like, you can lose trust in players like that, because then the other players are like, well, where's my handshake? How come I didn't get one? So for me, I made it a big priority of mine to make sure I gave everyone a handshake, my coaching staff included.
It's all mental. Obviously, I wanted to be included too.
So with you, the first thing I see is the tap.
Oh,
all right?
yeah.
So we'll go 3 taps here. 1, 2, 3. Tie it up. Go here and then bring it back.
Oh, on the, okay, all right. Yep, ready?
So, boom, 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 boom.
Nice. Today, we looked for answers from the Michigan football team. Was it just the rain last week, or is Michigan really going to keep struggling offensively? Is John O'Korn the answer at quarterback? After today's performance, I'm not sure if we got any of those answers. Indiana, never an easy place to play. Double overtime win for Michigan last time. It wasn't easy today either. We go to the first. Maurice Hurst getting up on that field goal block. That's Griffin Oaks trying the field goal. Lavert Hill returns it all the way down to the Indiana 27. Watch this again. Let's see Hurst leaping down the middle there. That's a nice block. He gets the high fives on the bench too. Michigan only gets a field goal from that though. 6-0 in the second. Karan Higdon was the man today. 12-yard touchdown run. 13-0 Wolverines. So things would kind of stall a little bit in the first half after that. This is Michigan on defense, and this play right here kind of says it all for the game.
There are 3 fouls on the play, all against the defense.
Wow. 3 penalties on one play, 16 penalties for 141 yards. Indiana gets a field goal on that drive, 13-3 at the half. Second half, Indiana marches down. Morgan Ellison scores a touchdown. It's 13-10. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tom Eschen. This is the live look at downtown Philadelphia. As you can see, the fans are out kind of standing around. I found a banana, and the guy in a banana costume right there. You can see some of the telephone poles over here. I remember if a couple weeks ago they put Crisco on them to make sure that people didn't start scaling those. Looks like so far so good. We'll keep an eye on downtown Philly tonight as the fans are really enjoying themselves. The Eagles beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl 41-33. The first championship for the Eagles since the 1960s. They were 7-9 the last 2 seasons, turning around this year with a Super Bowl title. Let's see how they did. And we can't forget Matt Patricia, the defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, taking over as Lions coach most likely very, very soon. Maybe even as soon as tomorrow, this week. We'll see. Our final look at his defense before he takes over. 10 minutes in the fourth, though. Here's New England offense. Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski, a 6-point Patriots lead. Gronk said after the game he might retire. He's thinking about ending his career. We'll see. Back comes Philly. 2:30 left. Nick Foles to Zach Ertz. The Eagles take the lead. 2:15 left for Brady. That seems like more than enough time for the NFL MVP. But he gets some pressure by that Eagles defense. Sacked by fellow Michigan alum Brandon Graham. The Eagles recover the fumble. We thought Brady was going to drive down the field. Looks like he did too. The Pats do get one more chance. The Hail Mary, it falls incomplete. The Eagles, Super Bowl champions, 41-33.
Minnesota just 10 wins this season, so this series a must really to turn things around for Detroit. Ian Kinsler takes the first throw from Jose Barrios out of the park. 1-0 Detroit. It's 8th. Kinsler enjoys it. Some smiles. I haven't seen too many of those. It's still 3-0 in the first. Jose Iglesias up with the bases loaded. It goes all the way off the wall, clears the bases. 8 first-inning runs, most runs they've scored in the first since the year 2006, and he's happy about it. But it starts raining in the fourth. Things get weird. It's 8-3. Jordan Zimmerman on the mound. Jared Salton-Lamakia tries to throw out Trevor Plouffe. Terrible throw. 8-4. A run scores. After an infield single makes it 8-5, 2 outs. Eduardo Nunez, watch this, bounces off of second base. Another run scores. It's 8-6. Then Miguel Sano at the plate. Ian Kinsler at second, trying to make a great play, and he makes a terrible one. Throws wide. It's 8-7. Kinsler no longer smiling. To the bottom of the inning, still 8-7. Nick Castellanos looks at a called third strike. Brad Osmonds gets thrown out by Doug Eddings from the dugout. So Brad comes out, gets his money's worth, puts his sweater right there on the plate, so you can't see it. That's why. He's mad. So he's gone.
The show must go on, though. Zimmerman still in there. Runner on second in the 7th. Plouffe, fly ball to right. 2 outs. J.D. Martinez drops it. The tying run scores 8-8. You just hate to see it. It's not pretty. That's kind of how the season's gone so far. But we go to the bottom of the inning. This could turn everything around. Castellanos, huge home run over the left field wall, breaks the tie. It's 9-8, his 8th of the year. So let's go to the 8th inning. Martinez at the plate, looking for some retribution, gets it, his 7th of the year. After all that, the Tigers win their 2nd straight game, 10-8. In the second half, still down 6. It's Forbes. Again, he had 4 threes for the senior. The lead cut to 3. And then Bay City Western's Matt Costello was huge, too. A career high, tying 22 points, 9 boards. That cuts the lead to 1. Blue Raiders always had an answer. Jaquan Raymond, the reverse layup.